David Bay here for MuscularDevelopment.com. We are in Melbourne for the 2016 Arnold Classic Australia, and I am here with somebody who played Arnold himself back in the series See Arnold Run 2005, 2006 or so it was.
It's been a few months ago. How you doing? Hi, nice to see you.
Guys, Roland Kickinger here. Roland, huge on the scene in bodybuilding in the late 90s and early 2000s, yes. And you kind of transferred away from that to get into acting and doing some other things. Tell everybody at Muscular Development, what you've been up to, what you got going on lately.
Well, I'm still a big part of bodybuilding. Obviously, I'm here in Australia, in Melbourne, for the Arnold's Classic, and it's still a part of me, the bodybuilding, because initially this is what brought me over to the States. So it's about 10% of what I'm doing is still involved somehow in bodybuilding, but I shifted also my life a little bit to other areas of life. For example, I have an investment fund as well. I do some investing, and I do a lot of other endeavors nowadays. Obviously, the film business is also a big part. Living in Los Angeles, going doing commercials or TV and film, it's also a part of it. But I enjoy a lot of things lately, the good things in life, but in the end it comes always back to bodybuilding, because this is where you start, the day, or every morning you start with the workouts, and this kind of gets your day going.
Well, it looks like you're obviously still holding on to plenty of size. You've been pretty big your whole life. I mean, with your busy schedule with work and training, or work and acting and all that stuff, what does a training regimen look like for you on a weekly basis these days? Are you still getting in, 4, 5, 6 days a week, or scale back a little bit?
I train occasionally, about 14 times a week, just average.
just average.
No,
it doesn't look average.
Here's the thing, David, as when you get wiser, I don't want to say aging, we all age, but you have to somehow adapt your training also to your lifestyle, I mean, we pushed a lot of weight around, when you were young, and which is good, maybe not so smart, but we have experience. We see a lot of athletes who train always super heavy. It may be not really good in the future when you're a little bit up there, because there is a certain amount of wear and tear the body can take. So you adjust, So training right now is more conditioning training. Yes, there are days you train a little bit heavier, but not all the time. That's very important. And then avoid any exercises where there's a lot of strain on your back, a lot of strain on your knees.
Not doing real heavy squats anymore these days.
I do love squats, but not really extremely heavy. I found the leg development, the muscle, especially the large muscle on your legs, doesn't disappear from one night to the other night. Right. As long as you, keep your nutrition up as well. But I think a combination of still intense training, but more of a combination of conditioning training, I think this works well, where you keep a lot of circulating blood and contracting muscle versus, single, maybe lower reps and higher weight.
All right, now obviously bodybuilding always in your blood, still in your blood. Have you been following the competitive scene and and who's doing what at the Olympia and the Arnold? Kind of keeping up with that?
Yes, I am. I'm following it. I do enjoy it a lot. I think the guys nowadays are extremely progressing. In comparison, I mean, bodybuilding is about progressing. Everything progresses. The iPhone progresses, technology progresses. So even the athletes nowadays, are getting to a level where it's really fascinating what you can make out of a human body.
All right, now this weekend here in Australia, we have kind of a rematch of the Arnold back in the States 2 weeks ago with Kai Green, the bigger bodybuilder, a little bit shorter, and then your Cedric McMillian with that classic physique. Probably a little bit more similar to where you were at back in your competitive days. If you had to pick between the two of them, who do you like here this weekend in Australia?
I think I like them. I'm almost a politician. I think I would pick certain muscle groups from each one of them and just put them together perfectly. But yes, I mean, they're very different body types. It's very difficult to say, okay, this is perfect, this is perfect. You have to kind of really have a combination. And I think when both guys are in excellent shape, they all look outstanding. And it comes down, as you know, in bodybuilding, it comes down to preferences, what you personally enjoy the most. I mean, obviously Kai is enormously massive. If he's really dry, he's very unbeatable. And Cedric obviously is also aesthetically pleasing looking. Also, it looks very nice. I mean, both have their advantages. I think when they're both in shape, it's going to be very tough. I can't wait, actually.
All right.
Excited.
All right, guys. Well, I think Roland in the same boat as the rest of us, looking at Kai and Cedric and saying it could go either way depending on who really brings it this weekend. They both have their strengths and their weaknesses. Speaking of getting going, we're going to let Roland get going here. We're actually going to head over the stage, prejudging starting here in just a little bit. Finals starting, or rather prejudging for the men's open starting at 7 p.m. here Australia time. That'll be finals for the bikini and our figure divisions here. But man, I tell you what, we appreciate taking the time to do this interview. I'm sure we'll run into you around the Expo this weekend, and best of luck and everything else you got going on. But that's
development rocks.
all right, guys. That's going to do it for us. One more time, David Bay with Roland Kissinger for MustGoDevelopment.com from the 2016 Arnold Classic Australia here in Melbourne.